Okay, here, this is Ovid Nuggets. I am here to talk about the Second World War. But there's someone who played a very important role in the Second World War. Now, when I say important, I don't really mean like he helped in the Second World War. He tried to fight for Germany to win in the Second World War, and he's Adolf Hitler. But one thing I don't like about him is that after Germany lost in the First World War, he started blaming all the problems on the Jews, the people who practice Christianity. So Adolf Hitler is a German citizen, and in that period of time, Germany's economy was very low because during the First World War, when they were fighting against all the other countries, you can imagine how very frustrating that would be. Like, you against the world. That would feel really frustrating and impossible. But this man actually had a chance to finish it, but as you know, that is very hard to contain because you'll be literally surrounded by everyone. So Germany's economy was very low because even to buy a loaf of bread can be very expensive because the government needed money to improve the country. So Adolf Hitler saw all of Germany's problems, so he decided that he could do something about it. So the funny thing about him is that he's a politician that actually helped Germany, but in the end, people all saw that he was power hungry and didn't want anything like democracy. He just wanted only him in power. So he entered the Nazis, also known as the National Socialist German Workers. After that, he became the head of the Nazis. They elected for parties who ruled the government. Then the Nazis party was elected. Then Adolf Hitler became president of Germany. Then that's when things started to get tough. He started taking over countries or maybe small islands and gathering it to his army. There was a particular time that it wasn't really a major war until he invaded Poland, until the invasion of Poland. The people weren't really fighting back at him because he wasn't doing anything to their countries also until he invaded Poland. That's when they started attacking him. But there was a particular time where Adolf Hitler was taking over a particular country, Czechoslovakia. Then Ronald Reagan, the president of the United States that time, came to Adolf Hitler and said that, and told him that they can make a deal that he shouldn't invade the rest of Czechoslovakia and he'll give him something or something like that. Then he went, and when Reagan went home, they were celebrating and praising him like that he could make that deal. But you know how Hitler is from my descriptions. He obviously betrayed him, stabbed him in the back. While they were in the United States of America celebrating the victory, Hitler was busy taking over other colonies. And when Ronald Reagan found out, he was just so surprised. Like, Hitler lied to me. Then Hitler was so honest and frank that he should have expected it. So most times, what happens is that people are power hungry and they don't care about what happens to other people. After that, Hitler had to get allies to be able to win the battle properly. So he made partnerships with Italy, Japan, other countries that he asked, will you allow us to invade you or will you join us? Some chose to join, some chose to be invaded. Hitler was almost winning the war until Japan made a big mistake, very big mistake. The United States of America didn't even want to join the war. Japan attacked a U.S. naval base, Pearl Harbor. Then the United States started getting angry, so they decided to develop an atomic bomb. Albert Einstein really helped in that one. When they developed it, they dropped it on 2 Japanese cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. After that, the Japanese started cooling down because he knew that the two of the cities have been devastated. They didn't want that to happen again, so they surrendered and they left Hitler's partnership. Then after that, Italy also surrendered and left Hitler's partnership. So now it was tough. Hitler against the world. That would have been so impossible for him. So he decided. So the best tactics he knew was that he knew that to really win the war, he had to take over the biggest country in the world, and that's obviously Russia. So the first thing he tried to do is that to make Russia feel intellectually weak by using mind games to make them know that they're alone, that there's no one backing them up. That if he could just launch a very good strategic attack on Russia, he can be able to win the war. So first, he knew that he had to at least he can't just take Russia at once. So he started gaining Russia one by one. Russia was trying to fight back, but they weren't strong enough. Because Russia is maybe the biggest country in the world, but it doesn't have the strongest military system. Then other countries had to come and start attacking Hitler from the back to stop him from invading Russia. Because the problem with that is that Hitler had to divide his armies, and as he was going into Russia, Russia is a very cold place, so it was hard for him to move in the snow. So they started complaining to Hitler that car engines and tanks are freezing on the road. Then then use horses. The horses are dying from frostbite. Then walk. Our men are dying. Then they just keep moving on. He didn't care. As they were moving on, other countries started attacking Hitler's country, Germany. So he had to retreat and start fighting. He started losing all his land one by one, and they started to detain him. And that's how they now got him to stop what he was doing and sign another treaty or so. And that's how the Second World War ended. But some people still have rumors that it might be a Third World War. I pray that doesn't happen. Some people say it might be between United States and Egypt and all those countries, but it's still rumors, so no one really knows what will happen. So that was always Nuggets, and that was my interpretation of the Second World War.